Hey YouTube, and thanks for watching Junkworks Garage. This is going to be a bit of a video of different RV tips and tricks that I use. We got some tips for safety, some tips on food, some products we use, all those kind of things, so that you can enjoy your camping trip as much as we do. Little camping hack. I saw this on a movie once, but it works super good. Take the butter, put it in your bread, take your corn that you just pulled out of the fire, and use that to butter up your corn. Works good at home as well, but it works better when you're camping, having some steak and corn. I have a particular friend that likes hitting his head on these. And I've seen this before yet again, but they do work very well. You can come along here and not smack your head. You go around them, you don't smack if you accidentally, are picking something up and come up underneath it. So basically, let's do this one here. It's just a pool noodle, split down the center here. And I just take them like this. Put them on the top across the whole thing, and then you just kind of bring it around like that. It protects your head. It also protects these from, taking a big blow as well. Then we got the RVQ. It does all right. It's a good two-person thing. We've had 4 people and made it work, but like we've had steaks. We had steaks tonight. Are you jealous? But we had steaks tonight, and it was definitely 2 steaks could be cooked at once. Otherwise, we would have been taking a while to get dinner done. But I do like the product for the most part. It kind of is out of the way. I do find I don't use it enough that I do have difficulty getting it on there sometimes, especially if that arm is in the way. But that's just because of where they put it on this trailer. It actually came with the trailer. When we bought the trailer, it was already here, so we use it. Another downside of that is it gets very dirty, and like any barbecue, they tend to get greasy and oily and that kind of stuff, and it's very difficult to find a place to put it. And when you're picking it up and putting it away and all that kind of stuff, you definitely get dirty. So that is a downside to it. And speaking of the RVQ, little thing, I used to keep the brushes, and they'd rust up and get all nasty, and I'd throw it in here, and the bristles would break off of it, everything. Simple little trick here. Use some tin foil, keep that there. If you want to spend more time, you can getting in the middle and everything like that. It does a pretty good job of cleaning up your grill. Just simple tin foil. You may have saw this. I did a video on it, and I don't know if you can tell it is on right now, but it actually is one of those sensor cameras from Harbor Freight. I will say this one has started kind of staying on and glitching a little bit like all the rest of them from Harbor Freight have, but I still like them. I can turn it off when I want to. And the biggest thing is, before you drive down the road, this one comes with a nice little hook right here that I put on the side of the trailer that this just sticks on like that. So if you're okay with drilling a couple holes and a little bit of the sealant of some sort, it works really well, and you can shut it off or turn it on or have it on sensor. Something else, I don't know if you can notice, but the line kind of comes across here, then I bring it up this arm right here, and I just set it right there on top of my awning, and it gets pretty good sun that way. I suppose maybe it could blow down and break, but I haven't had too big of a problem with it blowing around or anything like that. So anyhow, you can choose where you want to mount that. You could permanently mount it somewhere and it would just unplug from there if you wanted to take just that part off as well. Next thing, right here, this is my normal, put this in your jack and you can put her down. So a lot of people have the nut kind of thing on the end of their jack and then like a socket on the end of this that they can use. And a lot of people can just put some sort of socket into a drill and use it so they have a power way of putting up their jack. Well, I didn't have that for mine, and I'm sure there's a few other jacks out there like mine that people might not know. But I just took a piece of rod and actually bent it up so that it'll fit inside there. And then I can put it in the chuck of a drill. It needs to be a fairly powerful one, whatever brand you would like. We're going in reverse here since we're putting these up. And then I can put it up like that. Makes for a lot, well, it makes for dents in the side of your trailer, but it makes for a lot quicker way of doing this. The other thing, these right here, I really like these. They came in like a blue bag. We got a couple bags of them, and I'm glad I have two. Luckily, we found some used, and we bought some new, unfortunately. But I'm glad I have two anyway, because we do use quite a bit. But these jacks actually, where I'm at right now, won't hit the ground because they're not quite tall enough. So those actually work really well for that purpose and get you jacked up. Plus, another upside to that is even if I could reach the ground, you really don't want your jacks being completely as far down as they can go because they won't be quite as sturdy. I find that even if I just use these to keep it up as much as I can, it makes a lot less rocking in the trailer. Alright, another thing that I use with the trailer here, and these are kind of I like the idea of them, but these ones weren't done exactly great. I don't know what the name of them are, but I will say, I'm sure we got them off Amazon. Here's the reasoning behind that. We have one stair when you set right here, it's just getting old and bent and doesn't quite hold up anymore very well. So these are actually meant to sit there and make for more of a solid step, and they work really well. But the downside to them is like on this one right here, that's as far up as I can put that, and it doesn't hit the bottom of the step. It just rolls around in here. Now, I could use these, and you need to use these upside down because otherwise this will kind of fall into here. But so we use these upside down. Unfortunately, I couldn't find another couple more of these that I know we have somewhere. But anyhow, but you can use those because these don't quite go up tall enough to be able to reach a lot of times when we're camping places. We're actually quite a bit closer than we are in a lot of other places, so then you end up having to stack even more of those up. So whoever makes these, they need to make this screw a little bit longer, make it a little bit taller or another size of them. They probably do, I just haven't found any. So, and here is another thing that was actually a happy surprise. I actually bought this backup camera fairly inexpensively at Best Buy, and I did it mainly because it's such a big truck. It is kind of hard to see if people are kind of going behind me in some parking lot, so that's the main reason I bought this. I don't want to run over some kid or person. And then I realized now you can see the ball right there, I hope.
It needs to go up.
Okay. But as you can see, I am backed right up to it for the most part. And now we're dead on top of it. All my wife has to pretty much do is tell me how far in between, and once I get used to these little lines and stuff, I'll probably be able to do that myself as well. Well, get out there and get your junk working. Thanks for watching Junk Works Garage, where I'm proud to say I'm a jack of all and master of none. You all have a good one.